chugging water in there. The whole thing was an unmitigated disaster, but and
hold on.
Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue at the 10. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions, asking me questions. I want more questions. They all in my business like TMZ, but back in the day they ain't noticed me. They weren't coming to see me like Otis, but I always thought like the coldest. I had a little chip on my shoulder, then I got older and older, and I had to flick it off. I feel like a boss, like I'm Ricky Ross, but I got no Maybachs. They do anything for the clout. It's thanks when they say that. If I take your girl, don't be in my DM asking for your payback. We save a lot of things like money, but hoes gonna say that. And homie, they straight facts. Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue at the 10. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions, asking me questions. I want more questions. Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue at the 10. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions, asking me questions. I want more questions. The grass greener on the other side. I took a peek in that grass red from all these homicides. I mean, you gotta look alive, cause in the field get live. Or you gon' have your mama crying, asking God why. Why is my son in that casket? Why he get caught lacking? Why was he acting tough knowing damn well he bad at acting? His girl say he be tripping, but the ops say he wasn't packing. Some niggas just wasn't built for the other side. Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue at the 10. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Odd Shop. Hey, take it. I can't look at you without laughing every time I do this. The doors are open for business. Take a step inside, sit down. We're about to shop some odds. Make yourself comfortable. I'm Dave Loughran, Lafayette_D, joined by Ben Rasa at JazzRazDFS. And we got a fun one for you, man. They got everything up for game one of the NBA Finals.
oh yeah.
And you know what's crazy? If you wanted the straight bet, Aaron Gordon double-double over on DraftKings. No, I'm not recommending this bet. I just did put a video out today, and if you wanted to straight bet that, it's plus 1,100. If you wanted to throw that into a same game parlay, it's plus 700.
Not great.
I mean, that is a significant markup for something like that.
No doubt about that. We'll get into it. Obviously, I want to get your thoughts. We were on Twitter Spaces yesterday. We had a great time.
That was fun,
some of you guys in there. First of many. So if you missed it, keep an eye out there. You want to follow us. There are handles. The Celtics are they really are the Celtics. That was a peak Celtics performance.
I was so mad that at the end of Spaces, I didn't give Miami money line as my play because on the strategy show, I looked at Josh and I was like, Miami's going to win this game, but just not enough conviction because, you let the noise get to you. The funny thing about that, and by the way, happy to have you guys with us. This is going to be we got a lot to talk about today. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching or listening after the fact, leave a comment down below. Appreciate all you guys for that in advance. You have to look at it from this. These were two different series. The first three games was essentially one series. One team couldn't do it. One team couldn't hit a three to save their lives. Then in the other three games, Boston came to life. Derek White had that magical moment late in game 6. Everything clicked for them in games 4 and 5. You go back and you look at game 7, and like you said, Celtics are the Celtics. Is it that surprising that the Celtics didn't sustain that through 4 games? I mean, to me, even against an 8 seed, it was a crazy series, 3 straight, and then Miami closes it out. But shit, man, Boston shot dismally. I mean, as bad as it gets. And Jason Tatum was hurt, and then they're trying to throw like the Robert Williams had a stomach bug thing in there too. But despite all of that,
was Jaylen Brown hurt? Because
dude, that performance in Game 7 from Jaylen Brown. I mean, if you were ever looking to ingratiate yourself with the Boston fan base, that was not the way to do it yesterday at all.
I like Jaylen Brown too, because credit to him, he owns it. It's just like, I was horrible, we were horrible, we failed, it's unacceptable. At least he got that, because it was just everything about them is just. And then, I mean, listen, Caleb Martin, okay. I guess he's just the best player in the league, because Jimmy Butler's no MVP. Give me a break. Caleb Martin would be the MVP of that series.
Caleb Martin looked like an entirely different player. By the way, at one point yesterday, entering the fourth quarter, in the fourth quarter, the Heat had 6 turnovers and Jaylen Brown had 8, which is amazing.
Not good.
He's a really smart guy, though, so I'm not surprised to hear what you said about that, like him taking responsibility for it. He's a real sharp dude. Like, I'm not shocked by any of that. But yeah, dude, I'll tell you what. Someone said this was a Philly level collapse. Giveaway. This is worse than any Philly level collapse, man.
This is worse than getting swept.
This is worse than, yeah. I was thinking about that. I mean, Steven Leibowitz, our friend, is in chat. Thanks for joining Spaces yesterday, Steven. We got to hear his voice.
Yeah, he hopped on the stage.
Yeah. I wanted to ask Boston fans that very question. Would you have rather been swept? Would you have rather lost in 5, even 6, right?
100%.
Right, like without question?
Like, without question. Game 7 on your home floor after winning 3 straight? Are you kidding me? You're 7.5 point, 8 point favorite. Like, what are you doing?
It should have been Martin too for the MVP, but that's not how it works. In the NFL, it should have been Damian Williams a few years ago, where the Chiefs beat, what was it, the Niners, right?
Yeah.
It should have been Damian Williams. It wasn't. There's a lot. It should have been defensive players. It wasn't. Aaron Donald should have won it 2 years ago. He didn't. Whatever. Who cares? But that's just the way it goes. It goes to quarterbacks. It goes to marquee players like Jimmy Butler. But we have a lot of odds already. And I already bet some. I already threw some in the chalkboard as well. I had a rough couple of days MLB betting past couple of days, treading water, so to speak. You had a really, really, really bad day and then followed it up with a big win in golf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hit Griot finally, 100-1. And I had multiple people tweet me this and say, honestly, are you up on him now?
I was wondering that too. Are you?
I don't know. I would assume so.
What type of bets are you putting on him to win each time?
So it definitely fluctuates. Like, sometimes it's
like if
$20.
It's a week, yeah, go ahead. Sometimes
it's $80. It's you're talking about like when he's quote unquote in real contention, he's still like 40-1. So it's not like, plunk down a couple G's on this. That's not in my wheelhouse. So
no, you'd have nothing left by the time he actually.
I barely have anything left, and he won. Did you see? By the way, I know you're not a huge golf guy. Did you see what happened with him winning? Like how that transpired?
I saw it was a playoff.
Okay, so real quick, and we'll get into NBA, but indulge me because I'll never have a chance for this again. He was up 2 strokes going to the last hole, which is not overly difficult. 2 shots. So all he needed to do was not double bogey. And he hit it into a viaduct, which I didn't know what it meant. And he basically hit it into a puddle, a long ass puddle. And the ball was just continuously traveling down. And the announcers are like, well, he can take a swing at it. It's like, but no, he's not going to swing at the moving ball. This went on for about 5 minutes. The ball came all the way back to the tee. He took the penalty, and then he ended up making double bogey and winning in the playoff. But he was minus 5,000 live.
Wow.
And then I had to hedge in the playoff at minus 110.
Really?
Yeah, well, if I didn't hedge, I knew that there's no coming back from that. So like I had to hedge.
Now, was it a significant hedge?
Yeah, it was pretty significant. Yeah. I mean, not like crazy, but you're talking at 100 to 1, I was going to win thousands of dollars. So,
of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What's the difference between an aqueduct and a viaduct?
I don't know.
Okay. Because I don't know what a viaduct is.
Neither do I. I Googled it. Some type of like bridge or something.
All right. Anyway, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. First off, the one thing that I hit before actually, I think we need to be a little prudent with this. We need to at least for a single second, probably kind of preview this series, right? Because you've got the Miami Heat, who just won in 7 as the 8th seed against Boston. These guys playing absolutely monster minutes, huge minutes, even with it being, a blowout by the end. You still had Butler playing 43 minutes. These guys played a ton of minutes. Bam Adebayo, my God, defensively very good. Offensively, what a train wreck he was yesterday. But Denver's been sitting around for a while here. Okay, Miami has 3 days off? No, 2 days off, and then they've got the finals in Denver in the altitude. I don't want to overreact to this too much, and I'm sure some of it is baked into some of these props and the line, but that is a tall order for this Miami Heat team in game 1, man.
It's definitely a tall order, but it's one of those things, chicken or the egg style. Like if Miami gets destroyed in game 1, everyone be like, well, of course, Denver was resting. They're running on fumes in Miami. They had to travel, blah, blah, blah.
You're going to say, and if they don't, it's because
if Miami wins,
had too much rest.
Yeah, Miami wins. Like, well, they've been in that have to win mentality. Yeah. Denver's sitting around playing Uno or whatever they're doing. They've had like 2 months off. So it's just like, it's going to be dependent on how they play. The Nuggets can, should, and will be ready, in my opinion.
All right. I think the Nuggets will be ready too. I really do. I hit Jimmy Butler under 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists on FanDuel earlier. That hasn't moved. I still like it. I think 41.5 is a lot for him in this spot. I mean, Denver at home is a very good team, a very good defensive team as well. I can understand why this isn't a spot that people are looking to get to specifically, but 41.5 PRA for Jimmy Butler is still, it's nothing like, it's nothing like a Nikola Jokic being able to put up these numbers. You could still get 30 points from Jimmy Butler and come in under 42 PRA. So he's going to play a lot of minutes, no doubt. I don't think you see Jimmy Butler playing the minutes that he was playing in the last couple games of this series, though, for game 1. I don't think you see him come out and play 46 minutes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's I'm not going to say it's the NBA Finals. So it's not going to be like a feeling out process, but at the same time, like Spo is a smart coach. I definitely don't see that happening. I mean, he's going to play major minutes, but 47 minutes seems unrealistic right off the bat. Are the Heat, and this is something I don't even know, like is someone like Tyler Hero even remotely possible to factor in here, or are they just stuck with what they have?
Hold on a second. Bobo, apparently Brandon Cat's back. Dave's too done to understand that Bam was Miami's best player. His defense was key. He was plus 20. I know, dude. Here we go. I said he was fantastic defensively, and offensively he was garbage. That's an objective statement. An absolutely objectively true statement, I should say. Anyway, what were you asking about that?
I was asking if, and MC just said maybe game 3. I was saying, is Tyler Hero going to factor in? I know he's cleared for activities or whatever. I was wondering, like, are the Heat stuck with what they have, or is Tyler Hero? Because if he comes in, what a fascinating element for an NBA Finals for rotation. Who gets squeezed? Minutes will be lost. Or maybe they won't. Like, I don't know how you go about predicting that, because these guys have really stepped up in his absence.
The good thing is it's a hand and it's not a lower body.
Yeah,
like, I'm sure there'd be some conditioning. The return date from what I saw, the targeted date is game 3. But I mean, there's no question it makes a difference for sure. You just see, less minutes for some of these wings. I mean, he's going to get minutes. You're going to see some of these guys just basically relegated to not getting any minutes at all. Butler's going to play a ton still. Bam's going to play a ton. I think at this stage, Caleb Martin still has to play a lot.
Oh, he's playing it. He's in the you're staying on the court no matter what territory.
But then like your Duncan Robinson, Strus and everything, they're going to find ways to get Hero involved. But I couldn't imagine him playing more than like 22 minutes in game 3 if he returns. It's
going to be interesting. That's just another piece again that we want to keep an eye on. Yeah, I mean,
I think there's some good bets right now. We're getting there very early. We're getting this very early. Some of them have already moved, but I think there's going to be some good bets that we can already look at. Now, this is a new series, which makes it difficult in some sense and also easier in some sense. In the sense, like, okay, what I mean is you're going to have a lot of discrepancies across the market with a lot of these because it's a new series. Or we could just find stuff that we may not think is necessarily accurate. What do you make though? This is the one that to me, I mean, we have it as a plus EV bet right now. Scares the hell out of me. Gabe Vincent under 17.5 PRA for game 1.
Definitely scary, no doubt about it. Where are we seeing that? Under 17.5, minus 102 on FanDuel. So we're talking about basically a true coin flip. And that's where the value is coming in.
I think it's a good bet. Don't get me wrong.
He's another one, though. The thing that's nice about his PRA shorts, like he could give you 14 real points and you could still win. Like he doesn't really do a lot in the peripherals. You know, he could grab some rebounds. He could give you some assists. He could also give you 0 of either. Played 26 minutes in game 7. I don't know, like how much you think of that is ankle related or just personnel related?
I don't know. Did you see the closing lineup yesterday? Duncan Robinson, because Strus played the entire first and third quarter, right? And he played a little bit in the second. The fourth quarter, I'm not including the 30 seconds or whatever it was of garbage time. 30 seconds for like Yurtsevin and Jovic and those guys and Highsmith. But the closing lineup was for the entire fourth quarter: Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and Caleb Martin. So Lowry playing that entire fourth quarter, playing 16 straight minutes to close the game. I don't know. That's the reason that Gabe Vincent, it always is tough because he might play 40 minutes or he might play 26. My guess, he probably plays around 30 in this game. So 17, under 17 probably is a good spot to get to. Working through this, looking at it, you're basically paying nothing on it, minus 102. It's minus 115 on DraftKings, on Caesars as well. Yeah, that's not a bad spot at all. Plus 4% EV too.
Oh, it's definitely a good spot. And again, you can just, you know, all you need to know is you go to the true odds, minus 109. And so there's room to play with there. It's just game 1s are always fascinating. Like I even look at the total. We got 219 and a half out there. Obviously Denver's a sizable favorite, but I am interested to see like tempo wise, push the pace. Like what are we looking at here in general? Because that will factor in a little bit, not too much to a guy like Vincent, but just in general, particularly if you're building like same game parlays.
For sure. I mean, look, I'm looking at Vincent. I look at Jamal Murray. Here's another one on Caesars. This is the best one on the board right now. Under 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is, but it's a pretty sizable number playing alongside Jokic. Jamal Murray, it's funny too, because Jamal Murray at home throughout his playoff career had been really good. And they made a real deep run. Was it the bubble year, right? They made that real deep run.
Yeah, they lost to the Lakers.
Yeah, and then a year or two before that, man, hell, Jamal Murray had been unstoppable at home. This year at home in the postseason, he's had some monster games, and then he's had some games where he was just kind of okay. But for the most part, Jamal Murray has been really, really good. And it's tough. Like he had a couple games against Phoenix that were underwhelming at home. 2 home games against the Lakers. absolutely crushed this. Matter of fact, he crushed this PRA in 3 straight games, not in game 4, but came pretty close with 33. Yeah, it's a tough spot. I mean, how many minutes do you give him here? He's probably getting another 40.
Yeah. Again, it doesn't matter because we're getting the right line, and that's all that's important. Minus 111 is the spot to target. If you see this at minus 125, minus 130, you're going to want to pass because that's just too much to pay for under 36.5. But there's no doubt that he's proven it. You just referenced it. Jamal Murray scored 37 points in multiple games. Never mind points, rebounds, assists. So we know the upside is there, but again, it's not about, if he has 60 PRA, you don't lose more. So when you lose this, you probably lose it by a lot of times, but that's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things.
There's another one too. Jimmy Butler rebounds under 7.5, but I want to talk about Caleb Martin for a second. So I just click his name, pull this up on OddsShopper. First week is free, by the way, if you're wondering where we're getting all of these from. Essentially you're getting all of the odds for every prop, for every game, all in one spot instantly. And now you can take advantage of that and shop odds literally anywhere. And you want to be on multiple books. Do you have to be? No, you can just sort by your favorite book. Now that we did the upgrade and we have the new version, just go in sports books, select the one or many that you have. And now you're getting the best bets for every single one of them. You have the bankroll too. You can put your bankroll in and it gives you the recommended bet, not percentage anymore, but actual dollar amount, which is huge. Caleb Martin points, 16.5. The under there's, by the way, there's no good bet on points right now for Caleb Martin. I was kind of hoping that we'd have something where one or two of these books are just kind of throwing their hands. Like, I'm not sure where do we put him? How do we price this? But right now, the best would be actually over 16.5 points at even money on BetMGM. And that's basically a neutral bet.
Yeah, and again, that's the beauty of these tools. When you get your free week, you're going to see these are updating in real time. So when we say that, there's nothing on the board for Caleb Martin an hour from now, 12 hours from now, there could be a kill spot for Caleb Martin. And that's what I love because I want to find a way to short him. And I'm just waiting for the moment where a book slips up against the other books. Because I think that he's playing great, but come on. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
He was knocking down shots like Jokic was knocking down shots against the Lakers, where you're just going, okay, it shouldn't go in, but every single one of them is going in. From 3 point, 4 for 6, 4 for 8 in game 6 and 7. And what do you think his 3-point percentage was in this series?
110%. Honestly, it was probably like 55, 60%. It felt like that. It really did.
It was 49%.
Yeah. And it looks a little better because the Celtics were like 8 for 75 over the last 2 games from 3. So they had that going for them.
Terrible.
We had a good question from chat. And you just mentioned it with the bankroll from Desire HQ was saying bankroll management. How do you know when to put more money on a bet? I tend to overbet and lose or win very little profit because of losing previously. And that is a super common thing. You are not alone there. You see it all the time. People lose and they chase. People don't maximize when they have a really good spot. To me, the number one answer is a bankroll kind of allocator that you just talked about, Lafe.
Makes the biggest difference, yeah. And for what it's worth, like if you put in, say your bankroll is, we'll use the default 1,000, right? Use the default $1,000. That's what it defaults to on OddsShopper. Links down below too. Free week. If you guys are actually looking to figure out how to manage a bankroll and get the right amount of money on each of these bets. All right, so like the best bet right now is Ruiz under 1.5 bases, right? Now that's 6.97 bet percentage. We can look at this and we could just, so it's 69, so $70 recommended bet, but you don't have to do that either. Like this is a guideline. I think one of the best ways to do it, Ben, is you could take your bankroll and put half of it in there and then just get half of the recommended bet percentage. It is betting at this isn't going to ruin you, but I can understand. I don't bet the whole one. I don't bet the full recommended bet on there.
No, absolutely. And in general, the number one thing, whether you're using, again, I can't recommend it strong enough, at least get your free trial so you can test out something like that bankroll tracker that we have. But in general, you want to break it down where you're talking about units, and typically very simplistic, 1 unit, 1% of the bankroll. So you have 100 units to play with. You shouldn't be putting like 30 units on stuff. That's just not going to work. So you want to kind of budget it properly. And something like this can really help you to do that. Our man Hutchboy, I know he said he was at work, not going to be hanging as much typing, and he still contributes with a super chat. Just awesome member of the team. Appreciate it as always, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Hutchboy. You're the man. Key member of our chalkboard. You should join us. It's free. So is everything in it.
Link Who's coming in the chalkboard in a couple days?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Everyone else, this is the first time. Ben's going to do in office hours, essentially, in chalkboard. We're going to do it after Thursday's odd shop. So probably around 6 o'clock Eastern time or something like that. You know, go get some food. We'll get some food first and then reconvene. 6 o'clock. Any betting questions that you can think of, Ben's going to handle them in chalkboard. So if you're not over there yet, come join us. It'll certainly be worth your time. Any other NBA bets any other OddsShopper NBA bets before we get to my next question, which I'm sure you will love?
Oh boy. No, not really. Again, we've got some time. We're going to be talking about the NBA all week on this. It's the finals. I want to see what pops up, but I'm not looking to lock down too much right now. Only the premier things I think are time sensitive.
Okay. So
what are you going to ask me now?
Well, I'm just wondering if you have any interest in some of these kind of obscure props that we're going to be getting out there for the finals. There are some fun ones, man. And you know what else is crazy? If you wanted to bet Jokic is so good that even if you wanted to bet Jokic MVP, it's almost not even worth it. I think in the series right now, and we're going to get to some odds boost and odds boost and promos for today as well. Mike got them taken care of for us. I'm pretty sure that what's the line on the series right now?
Oh, I lost it. They steamed hard. I think it was like minus 400.
Yeah. And last I saw Jokic, he was minus 360 to win the MVP.
So even dumb, I don't know why this is. You can't bet MVP in New York.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Can't do it.
I don't understand that at all.
No subjective awards.
So this is what I wanted to ask you. Are there any other NBA Finals MVPs that you might consider here outside of Nikola Jokic? We do this for the Super Bowl every single year, you and me. Are there any other ones that you think could be viable? Because it goes from minus 320 now on Jokic to plus 330 on Butler,
which is
Jamal
terrible.
Murray 12-1, Caleb Martin 50-1, and if you think there's somebody out there, it would be an interesting conversation. I just don't think there is.
No. So the only answer to me is Jamal Murray. And I don't think it's a great bet, but he's the actual only answer I think you can go with, because Jokic, we're not counting him. Jimmy Butler, they're plus 310 to win the series on DraftKings. Like you can't seriously think that 20 cents is worth it in something like that. So by default.
So with Murray, it's around 8% implied odds on the 12. What would I say? 1,200 plus 1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned this to Josh a while back that if they go to the finals and they win the finals, Jokic, I was saying it was like 80-20 odds to win the MVP, but this was before he just went insane against the Lakers and Phoenix. So at this point, yeah, it makes sense.
To get hurt.
What's that?
Like, I honestly think maybe the only way
is if he gets hurt. Yeah.
Is if he gets hurt. It's going to be tough because the problem with Jokic is even when he quote unquote has like a bad game, he does so many other things. Like he's going to have 6 or 8 assists and 10 rebounds, even if he has like 14 points and Jamal Murray has 42. Like he's going to flirt with a triple double. He's going to get it.
Yep.
So what are you going to do?
Nothing. That he needs to average 40 points in the series, basically.
Even if he did, unless Jokic was horrible, he would still lose.
You think so?
Yeah. Unless he hit multiple game winners. This is why you can't bet Jimmy Butler, because look at the screen. The Heat are plus 330 for an outright.
Right.
So what Jimmy Butler can't win the MVP if Denver wins. So why would you ever take him to win MVP?
No, you can't. You're right. No, you absolutely can't. You just bet Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gets you all the Jimmy Butler MVP equity and then slightly other equity.
Community parlay is up. Total bases edition.
Oop.
All right.
Yeah, I can't even bet college baseball today. What was the
Kyle Schwarber running away with it early, by the way.
Did we have Oh no, that was you weren't on the show with me. I don't remember the last odd shop. The Memorial Day weekend did a number on my brain.
So it would have been Friday. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
I don't know if the community parlay hit.
I feel like it did because Rich sent me a tweet and was like, "We got to do one for Monday." But I say this every time. I never remember what was on it.
I know this much.
Pretty sure it hit.
I know this.
It hit.
Yeah, I know. I see you hitting community. Nice. Very nice. Another one. I see you hitting community parlays. And then I go back and I go, the last couple shows always haven't hit, but mine have. Why? You can pick me up at any point?
The community.
Or are you just going to save it for
No, it's the community.
I know that is true because you and I both hit last time.
Yep.
And community went I remember, I forget nothing. Community went Heat plus 7.5. I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah, Seattle Storm. Look at this parlay. Aton.
Seattle Storm. You went Louisiana Lafayette College.
That was actually a really good spot.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, I'm happy that you guys knocked that out. We didn't have one yesterday. We got to get back at it then. We'll come up with one in a little bit. But I do want to hit on some of these promos today. See if there's anything good out there. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. So Mike, did we have any quality promos today? All right, so here we go. Taco Tuesday, rotating player all day. Currently Ryan Howard, 14.5 points, 17% discount. You just bet these. You just bet them, or I should say, put them into your card because
Correct.
You can. What's that?
Correct. No, don't even think twice about it.
Yeah. Like if you're talking, if we're looking at all of these other boosts, debating whether they're good or not, the Taco Tuesday is always going to be good. Like if they offered that on DraftKings or FanDuel, you would immediately take that bet without question every time they do it. You may have a read or a lean one way or another, but if you're getting a significant discount from where it is on any other traditional book, then yes, you should be absolutely taking that. Memorial Tournament winner boost, plus 250 boost to any golfer to win. Do you have something there? Have you looked at this?
So I definitely looked. The thing there, again, we talk about this all the time. You want to go towards the top of the board to maximize how important the extra 2.5 to 1. Like if you take a guy who's 100 to 1 and you make him 102 to 1, that's a lot different than making a guy who's like 6 to 1 now plus 850. You know what I mean? The percentage that you changed it is so different. So like for me, I would look to one of the elite players, maybe a Rom or a Cantlay in this spot and move them up because their odds are pretty efficient. You add plus 250 and you are getting some of that opportunity to maximize the boost.
Okay.
Like Aton is like, this is great. I'll put it to Ches. It's like he's 500 to 1. Now he's 502 to 1. Great job.
So give you a shorter odds guy just to make it actually make sense.
Yeah, I mean, think about how valuable that would be if he was even money and you could make him over 2.5 to 1.
Huge, right? But 500. What was he? 500 to 1.
Yeah, 502 to 1.
Right.
Great job, everybody.
Exactly. All right, what do we got next? So we have Prize Picks Taco Tuesday. You have a little golf one there. And then you've got Dinger Tuesdays. Let's go. I always have a ton of fun with this one. And last Tuesday, Ben Rasa with the Jorge, was it Soler?
It certainly was.
Soler home run at Coors Field. It was his first plate appearance as well. So here's how it works. Buckle up. This is fun. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this as well. Dinger Tuesdays mean you bet $25 or more for any player to hit a home run. You have to opt in. Make sure you opt in. And if you do that, you get a $5 bonus bet per home run hit in the same game. So let's say your player hits a home run. You get paid out on that. But let's say there's 3 other home runs in that game. There's another $15. I like to look at it the other way, Ben. Let's say your guy doesn't hit a home run and there's 3 or 4 other home runs in that game and you put a $25 wager on it. It could ultimately play out to where, because it's up to $25, so up to 5 home runs in the game. You can do it on as many games as you want. It just could happen that you end up paying nothing for the bet at all if there's 5 home runs, or maybe only $10 for a $25 home run bet. So this is an objectively good bet if you're making good bets on whoever you're taking to hit a home run.
Oh, definitely. Again, and the beauty of this, it actually allows you to open up your margins, because you know that, okay, even if my guy is kind of a wash where his value is, any home run now moves him into plus EV territory because you're getting the rebate off your total risk. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's such a good opportunity to take a target rich game with a lot of home run equity and just spray and pray, take a shot on anybody. And most likely when you look back, even if your guy didn't hit a home run, you're going to say, I got incredible odds because there were 3 home runs hit in that game.
I know this to be true because I did the same thing you did. Jorge Soler was the best. He was the only plus EV bet on OddsShopper for FanDuel. For FanDuel to hit a home run. Today, amazingly, there are 3 of them. 3 of them at the top of the board. If you go to OddsShopper.com and you sort by EV, right? And easiest way to do it, just select FanDuel. That's why these new filters make.
Yeah, I love this little toggle. This thing is great.
Dude, it makes life so much easier. If you're not there, first week is free. If you hate it, you can bounce. Link in the description. Joey Gallo to hit a home run, plus 320. Let's see where it is elsewhere. Let's see where this is elsewhere. Teoscar Hernandez to hit a home run, plus 360. Aaron Judge to hit a home run. What do the totals look like in these games? Because that way we can maybe narrow it down to a higher total game with more home run potential.
There's nothing like massive on the board. I will say that the Seattle total is a little lower, but you are talking about an elite hitter. Most of the totals are sitting around 8.5 to 9 runs tonight. There's not that I saw like that. Oh, there's an 11.5 out there or something like that.
Gee, Joey Gallo's plus 210 to hit a home run on Caesars. That
Gallo's the answer.
That just seems wrong. Plus 295 everywhere. FanDuel has it at 320. So I mean, that looks good out of the gate. Hernandez is plus 360 on FanDuel. Man, Caesars does not want to give you much on these at all. Plus 285 on Caesars, plus 325 on DraftKings and everywhere else. Joey Gallo's got to be the answer, right?
Joey Gallo is the answer.
What's the total in this one?
I think, again, I don't have it in front of me, but it looked, all the games were basically in the same range. It was like anywhere from 8 to 9 runs. I can
tell you. This is 8.5.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And then the Teoscar Hernandez one is, where are we at? 7. So yeah, it's Gallo. Let me lock that in while we sit here, actually. Make sure that you're opting in. I made that mistake the other day when we were on the show and I bet the Jorge Soler one. I didn't opt in.
Gotta opt in.
It hit. So it didn't matter, but it would have sucked if there were 5 home runs in that game. He didn't hit one and I didn't opt in. Would have sucked. All right. Did chat have any other options out there? Let's see here. All right, what else do we have, Ben? We got one more. We got one more. BetMGM, MLB. Bryce Harper to hit 1+ home runs, and the Phillies to win boosted to plus 675.
Mhm.
I know you're less in tune with MLB here.
Yeah, I don't. So, well, which is good and bad because I can't ballpark it, but it also forces me to actually evaluate it how you should, which is by the numbers. But what's Bryce Harper to hit a home run?
I'll pull it up right now. All right,
Because
so
they're a slight dog tonight, the Phillies.
yeah, slight dog. Bryce Harper to hit a home run right now on, I'll just pull it up on DraftKings, is, I should have pulled it up on MGM, and I will, because MGM doesn't do you many favors in that respect. Right. That's weird. They don't even, DraftKings doesn't even have him right now. I'll pull it up on OddsShopper.
Yeah, I mean, and when you do that, I'll plug it into the calculator. Again, it's going to be rough math because if Harper hits a home run, the Phillies are obviously more likely to win the game. So there's correlation there. But, well, if Harper is sitting, that could be tough to
is he confirmed out of the
pageant without a face.
Is he confirmed out? Okay.
Yeah, I think he is. Good job, BetMGM.
Then that boost means nothing to us.
Thank you, Arthur.
BetMGM's always looking to do you dirty there.
I would hope, I don't know this, but I would seriously hope that's boost is like, even if the Phillies get smoked tonight, that boost is auto voided.
Oh, could you imagine if since it's technically 2 legs, if they're like, but no, it'll get voided.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But here's the thing. Maybe not. No. Listen.
Just the way you said that. It'll be voided, but maybe not. Okay.
Well, I just thought about something. So on DraftKings, if you take a home run bet, they have to start and record at least one plate appearance, right?
Hit season.
What's that?
No, go ahead. I'm just.
Yes. On FanDuel, they just have to record a plate appearance. So go look at the terms here. If you were to bet a home run on DraftKings, right? Let's say I'll just throw Alec Bowman there. All right. You want to throw Alec Bowman there. You have to start and record at least one plate appearance. That's what it says in the fine print down there. If you go over to FanDuel and you decide that you want to bet a home run. Okay, I'll pull the Marlins up here. First one to come to on the board. Batter props, home run. All right, to hit a home run, Jorge Soler. Let's throw it into the bet slip. Okay. Ben, if you want to do that on FanDuel, you just have to get a plate appearance. So BetMGM could have been sneaky. They could have been like, well, like if Bryce Harper pinch hits.
That would be, and this is not super related, and I don't even have all the details, but I did read something once that there was a huge leak on BetMGM because of something like that. There was a loophole you could have exploited. It has been patched. But basically when guys would sit from the lineups, you could bet their unders for total bases. And if they never got up, it's void. But a lot of them would pinch hit. And basically all you need is 0 for 1 and you're getting paid out.
Really?
So you just spam every bench player available and
just spam the under on all of them.
And they would mostly void, but anyone that pinch hit, unless they go 1 for 1, easy money.
So was it a glitch, or would sometimes so anybody that pinch hit, anyone that saw one plate appearance even that wasn't starting would pay out? Yes.
Now this is long gone, so don't think I've found a magic secret. I did not.
With my luck lately, what would have been happening?
4 grand slam pinch hit every time. It's like
you knew exactly where I was going with that.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Judge to hit 1+ home run and the Yankees to win boosted to plus 390. All right. Well, Aaron Judge, dude, this guy's home run props every day
I don't like this at all.
Are crazy most of the time. I mean, on BetMGM, his home run prop right now It's not pulling up, but everywhere else it's between 235 and 250. I'm not even including Caesars here because they just.
Yeah, no, this boost is terrible.
You think it's that bad?
I do. All right, Aaron Judge to hit a home run.
Yeah, plus the Yankees to win. Yeah,
the Yankees are underdogs tonight.
Oh, that's insane.
Like, even if you say, obviously, in a low total game, a Judge home run is very valuable. It's not that valuable. If it was uncorrelated, you're looking at over 6.5 to 1. It is correlated, but man, it's not that correlated. What if it's a solo shot? Good luck then. You're in huge trouble. Like, you better hope it's a 3-run launch because.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I also don't like the Yankees in the game personally, but that's unrelated.
Also, if you did want to bet that in a same game parlay, it's plus 419 on FanDuel.
Okay. So like
even other books, just standard parlay, standard same game parlay are boosting that better than you're getting at MGM. But people will still bet that.
Of course. Like I said, I don't know shit about baseball, and I know enough to look at that and say, plus money on the team, plus money on the home run, combine them for a whopping nearly 4 to 1. That's not going to get it done.
That's why we do this. That's why we do this thought exercise here for these reasons. Exactly. If you want it on DraftKings, it is plus 390.
Yeah. 14% expected value. Good job. Good effort. That's let it ride levels of like casino games.
MC said it's minus 14 EV.
That's straight like the worst of the casino. I'm trying to think what's the worst casino game.
Oh, well, I'll tell you one that I'll drop a little coin on when I go in just to wet the beak. You know, the money wheel.
Oh yeah, the wheel. Honestly, it might be like the money wheel is up there. The money wheel Keno is up there.
You ever play Casino War?
Casino War, unless, and I've been in a lot of casinos in my life. Someone explained to me Casino War has no edge. There is no edge for the book. It's 50-50, is it not?
I don't know. I played it once in a casino and I crushed.
All right, Casino War, from my understanding, is you get one card. They also get one card. If you tie, you go to war and you have to allocate another bet, but you get paid out double if you win. It's just more variance.
I guess you're right.
It is just 50-50.
It's a 50-50 game, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's not like, oh, tie goes to them and that's their edge. If it's tied, you go to war. That's the whole point of the game. They call it Casino War.
You're right. Yeah.
Very shady. Let it ride, confirmed bad. Pie Gal, confirmed good. Play that all the time.
Well, then war would be a fun game if you had a few drinks to go in and play at the casino because you got a 50-50 shot. Yeah,
war again. Unless there's a different rule, it's a great game because it's like pseudo blackjack, but you don't have to think.
Exactly. You don't. That's what I mean. You're literally playing. Like a slot machine is rigged against you.
Yeah,
hasn't stopped me in the past. But
no. Are you kidding? That's not related. Stop me. Yeah, I don't care. I play Let It Ride. It's like
right. Money. And obviously poker is fun. And if you're good at it, that's an entirely different story. But the exhilarating rush of war, where it's just rapid fire, knowing that what?
Nothing. Rapid fire war. What?
It moves fast.
Yeah, I bet. And
I mean,
what are you playing like multiple hands? You got the whole table, you sick bastard.
No, but I'm saying like in poker, you got to wait for everything. You know, it's a slow moving game.
I can't play poker in casinos because of that. Online poker killed me because I used to play like 8 tables at once because I can't.
Online poker or casino poker, you just have a guy sitting there and tapping his fingers. And
yeah, he's in the tank and it's like, buddy, it's $4. Do you call or fold? Like, what are we doing here?
Cheshire Cat said that's for kids, Dave. Maybe that's why I play. We used to play it on the airplane all the time, talking about Casino War.
Mississippi Stud is a game, but I
never played that.
No one knows how to play it. I played it once.
Do you know how to play Baccarat?
No, but so there's wild games there where there's like Dyson cages and shit. I don't mess around with some of those games. That's over the top.
Like the Asian games?
Yeah, some of those they look awesome. But I don't know exactly what the rules are. Yeah, roulette is god awful.
Oh, it's bad. But again, it's fun.
Fun.
Whenever I go into a casino, people ask me like, why are you, I go in there like, you bet, you do all this stuff. Why are you not like just sitting down at a poker table or a blackjack table? And a lot of times, like I'm going in there, I know what I can lose. I just want to have a little bit of fun.
Of course. If
like
you're going into a casino to make money, there's something seriously wrong with you.
But I guess the disconnect is you and I talk about betting and bet every single day. So when I go into a casino, this is more like let me just unwind a little bit.
I said this yesterday. Shout out Pat Mayo show. I love to bet, but I love to gamble, and those are two separate things. When I go to a casino, I'm gambling. Like I'm letting it fly, hoping to get lucky on bad bets. When I bet sports, I'm using tools to make money.
I have a couple more bets I want to get in here, and we'll talk about them. Also, as Mike pointed out, last chance to bet on the community parlay. You have Ruiz under 1.5, 1.5 bases at -190. Mountcastle. Oh, it's over. Okay. Mountcastle under 1.5 bases. Jose Siri over a half base at -140. Schwarber over a half base at -115. He's batting just terribly this year. 47%. He runs away with it. So we'll get to ours in a second. I want to know from chat and you before we wrap this one up. If you walk into a casino, what is the first game you're playing?
So Wheel of Fortune slots. If I'm kind of just like, I don't mind that at all. Just to like, you gotta stretch just like anything. You gotta get the hands motivated. I play blackjack mostly, honestly. It depends. So let me just say this. When I go to a casino, one of two things. And now it's basically only one of one things. If I'm going with friends and with May and stuff, like I'm not like, all right, I'll see you guys in 5 hours. I'm going to play like poker and blackjack. Don't bother me, Like we're having fun. If I was going to make serious money and like playing for real, I used to go to Foxwoods a lot. Like I would probably just hunt blackjack.
Okay. You good at blackjack?
I mean, I know it's not like I was. Counting? No, but I used to be able to have a rough estimate. Now it's like 7 shoes. Good luck. But like if there's single deck blackjack and stuff, you can. There are ways, and more importantly, there are ways to keep it so negligible that you're like, I'm gonna play for hours, and the slightest run good, I'm gonna come out ahead, and that's more important.
Yeah, Calvin said no limit hold'em. Yeah, I mean, look, that's if you're there with some buddies and you can sit down at a table together too, that's.
I can't play poker in casinos. I just can't.
Jordan said craps. I never really played craps.
Play craps in Vegas, and I forgot how to play. It's apparently like the best. Like every time you're in a casino, you hear these like uproar screams. You look,
and everyone's just betting on the guy. That's yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
You're right, though. It is the one where everyone's so excited over that. There's the line, right?
Yeah, the line 7 or 11. I pass.
You crap out.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had some weird things. Casino. I've been in a lot of casinos. So.
I got to learn how to play craps. That's one that I think I would enjoy, just the atmosphere of it. I never did. I never learned how to play.
We should go.
Yeah, we should.
Bethlehem Sands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not? I was almost there the other day. Yeah.
Oh, I can get there. I can get there in like 45 minutes, dude.
Yeah, we'll go.
Let's do it. All right. Good stuff. All right. Hey, we already got the community parlay done. Now it's time for our own spots here. I guess we have to do something for today, right? I mean, are you going to college baseball or something?
I can't because the tournament doesn't start till Friday.
Oh, I think you mentioned that earlier. Okay.
I think we're stuck with baseball.
Where is Schwarber? That's DraftKings, Mike, at -115. All right. No, we should be fine.
All right. What?
I'm just looking for. I'm gonna pull it up on OddsShopper too. I already have some bets.
Don't same game parlay it.
There should be enough games where that's not an issue. All right. Give me, unless you have one first.
Yeah, I'll go if you want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm keeping it super simple. I had a couple people ask me today, like, favorite parlay piece, favorite of the big favorites. To me, by far, the Diamondbacks are in the best position to absolutely roll a team. You can get them, lay the run and a half, minus 125. Gallon on the mound. They're playing the Rockies. They're at home. Much like, obviously, the Dodgers and even the Braves, who are playing the hopeless A's. All these teams have a good shot, but I think the Diamondbacks tonight look good. I think they keep it good, get into the Rockies' pen, and they'll be fine tonight.
Yo, I was on Soroka under 4.5 strikeouts yesterday against the A's in his return to the mound this season. And he had 3 strikeouts after 2 innings. And I just, those where you actually stop looking?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, do I know? Yeah, I know.
So I stopped looking. I come back and I look. He went 6 innings, finished with 4 strikeouts. Might have even been 3. Cruised under against the A's.
Those work both ways, though. There's nothing more frustrating when the guy goes 2 2/3 and he has 8 strikeouts, and you're just like, how is that even possible?
You know what, though? That is not as bad as this one, in my opinion, my humble opinion. The worst one is where you're on the under strikeout props. I bet a lot of those. I know you do too. And they're through, you're under 5.5 strikeouts. They're through 3 innings with 0 strikeouts. And you're like, okay, that looks great. Then you look at their pitch count and you see that they've thrown 25 pitches in 3 innings. And then they just come out and over the next 5 innings, because they go 8 frames, get 6 strikeouts. So on a per batter basis, it wasn't there, but they saw so many batters because they threw no pitches. I think I would rather have it just be over with. 2 innings, 6 strikeouts, struck the side out, and back to back. I don't even have to worry about it anymore.
I hear you. It just comes with the beast that is betting baseball. Yeah, we had a couple lines move. Schwarber's up to minus 130. That's good, though. We'll be fine. Where are you going?
Well, it shows you right there, though, that the tool is working.
Yes.
Shows you right there. The tool is working.
Why you want the free? Again, I say it. Free week.
Yeah. Give me
Hey, what are you doing?
Ben Lively over 3.5 strikeouts at even money. I'll be the one to go, not plus money, but pretty damn close. Let me get it.
I would say that's the same game parlay, but I don't know who that is. What team is that guy on?
That's Cincy and Boston.
Yeah. Seems good to me.
We're good. He's on the Reds, but yeah, we're good.
Okay. Still seems good to me. Blake Lively.
Ben Lively.
Well, it's all related.
Hey, appreciate you guys hanging out. Man, we got NBA Finals coming up on Thursday. I really do think there are some good opportunities to get some bets in now. Keep an eye on them. Don't neglect the NBA. If you have the OddsShopper tool, you're just pulling it up every so often and finding those bets before they move, taking advantage of that. Otherwise, you could wait till Thursday, but you could do that too. There's still going to be some good bets on Thursday. I'm not going to go crazy on some of these finals bets, but I'm going to selectively hit them over the next couple of days until we get to Thursday. Yeah,
I think that's the key, is just monitor it and pick off the ones that you know are going to be gone. Not all ROIs and EVs are created equal. If you see a 2%, you can go eat dinner. If you see one that's 9%, I probably am going to lock that in right there because I know it's going to move.
Follow Ben at JazzRazDFS, me at Lafayette_D. Thanks to Mike for producing, and we'll see you back here for the next one tomorrow on the OddsShop. Let's hit a community parlay today. All baseball parlay. Plus 536.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. And come join the chalkboard. Ben's going to be doing it. Going to be doing the office hours.
I'm going to stop in.
From a betting perspective, Thursday night at 6. We'll get some Twitter spaces going. Yeah. We'll do everything we can around here to make sure that you guys are fully informed heading into game 1. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue at the tent. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions. Asking me questions. I want my questions. Question. Quit asking me. Question. Quit asking me. Facts. Question. Quit asking me. Question. Quit asking me. Question.